just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
Okay, welcome everyone to the first general meeting of the Aberystwyth University Guild of Students for this academic year. It's absolutely fantastic to see so many people here actually. I'm a bit of a crisis talk earlier that not enough people are going to turn up, and we weren't quite sure what we were going to do. So we have a pretty full agenda for this first meeting, because it's been quite a lot of time since we had our last meeting back in May now. And all of the full-time officers and the staff and the part-time exec have been doing quite a lot of work over the summer. So what we're going to do is kick off and find out what they've been doing over the summer. Hopefully you should all have a sort of GM booklet that was handed out to you when you came through the door. On the second and third page of that, you should find a rough guide to GM, which has been updated. Hopefully if you've got any questions, they'll be answered in there. But if you haven't, there will be a mobile phone number appearing on the next slide. So if you've got a question at any time during the meeting, just text it to that number. It'll come through on a phone at the front, and I'll answer through the microphone, saving you standing up. So has anyone got any questions before we kick off? No? Fantastic. Yeah, can everyone hear? Is the microphone okay?
Sounds like you've got your head in a cardboard box, but yeah. It's like all muffly.
Can we demuffle? I don't know if that's a technical word. So can everyone can hear me? Just a bit nothing.
No,
we're going to move on now.
Otherwise it doesn't exist.
Which is my secret for people that have to move on. Okay, the only people who are mandated to come to these meetings now are the full-time and part-time executive officers. So I think I can actually see everyone's lovely face set back at me. So I don't think we have any apologies on the executive full-time staff. Okay, nominations for the bilingual organisation. And a last-minute addition to committees that we're running is also the elections committee. The bilingual committee is open for 4 people. It's a committee that is involved in sitting with Tammy and Rhiannon, the Welsh language officer and the interim president, respectively, to advise the Guild on how to best implement and improve the bilingual policy. Is one of our core policies of the Guild. The elections committee is open to 4 people again, and is responsible for working with Karen Edwards, the returning officer for any elections involved, to make sure that the Guild elections run smoothly and effectively. So if you fancy putting your name in the hat for any of those positions, if there are 4 or less people nominated for each committee, there won't be an election. You'll just be elected unopposed. But if you have more than 4 people putting their name in the hat, then you will have to make a short 30-second speech. But I'll come to that towards the end of the meeting. So if you do want to nominate yourself, just tear off the paper on the blank pages at the back of your booklet, write your name on it, and just bring it off.
A singer in a smoky room.
A smell of wine and cheap perfume.
So if you want to move on. Okay. You should all find your AGM minutes in your GM booklet. We don't actually constitutionally approve these minutes until the AGM this year, but because some policy motions are passed at the last meeting, we're now going to look at what work has been done on these motions by the people who have been mandated to do it. So firstly, we're going to have a little talk with John A. If he's going to come down.
Hello.
And he's going to talk about the work we have mandated to do on developing fair trade, sustainability, co-living, and annual not-for-profit.
Hello everyone, how's it going? Right then, we had a few policies come through at the final AGM of the year. I can report with quite a bit of success on them, apart from not-for-profit. We are basically sorting out the shop infrastructure, all the tills and stuff, and it's a matter of just choosing the product and running with it. So basically, with not-for-profit, we'll be highlighting a product. Probably we're looking at something like fair trade, and then taking the proceeds from that and just trying to develop the sales on it, and then when the proceeds are made off that, we'll be able to take it straight into to a student project. Right, 1 second. Then we had developing fair trade. If for those who have noticed, we've had varying success again with the fair trade stock. Now, the stockists for the clothing in Portland are pretty unreliable, so we're looking at sourcing new stuff in. But all the like the Aberystwyth like sweatpants and like all the really cool clothes and stuff we managed to get in this year, which have absolutely well, they're nearly sold out this so far. So it's been really good, and it's really developed like fair trade for us. On top of that, with sustainability and charity, our social responsibility. We worked quite a lot with Kathy's volunteering and a lot of student volunteers, and it was absolutely outstanding. The amount of stuff that students donated last year, which was all reusable waste that we could take on to resell, was fantastic. What was the proceeds in the end, Kathy? Yeah. That's fantastic. So all the stuff that was going to donate, we sold it on for cheap, and made £680, which is we'll look at projects and we can use it on. And it's something that we need to develop. So in terms of like students just throwing like so much like stuff by the end of the year, we can really crack on and like make something of it. And it makes, I mean, particularly for a lot of the international students who come in, it just makes the university experience a little bit more accessible. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that they've gone so far. The not-for-profit stuff, I'll report back at the next general meeting. We should actually have some movement on that. Okay, cheers.
Thank you very much, John. I've got a cracking £5 now, that's it. So yeah, well, I'm going to next week. We're now going to have Beth, who's going to talk about assessment and feedback and academic support functions.
Academic support, we're talking about having, making sure we have personal tutors so they know exactly what the personal tutors have to do. The university is actually working with student support on a statement of policy. They've got 14 points that all personal tutors should do, adhere to. Things like all mentor staff should have induction training for new and existing staff members, that they're all mentor staff, bar deans and heads of departments should be tutors, and students should have the ability to have the same personal tutor over the course of the time in Aberystwyth. The fact that they've said that all mentor staff should be trained has been a big move as well, and there's also a personal tutor toolkit. With regards to assessment and feedback, something to talk about later is the University Challenge, which is an education campaign that I've been working on with John. And we've talked about a lot about the assessment and feedback in there, and that's also online, so we'll talk about that in a bit. And the course reps will actually be trained on the 6th of November, which is again something we'll talk about in a bit. And we'll talk to them not in training, the first training session, but later on in the year about assessment and feedback and how to campaign and stuff like that. So, basically in a nutshell.
Thank you very much, Beth. Now I'm going to have Gabe for talking about globalising the student experience.
We haven't moved forward very far with this one. We're still setting up a lot of the opportunities for us and getting that all going. But we are finding new ways of trying to integrate everything all together, bringing in all the students from all the backgrounds. So we're getting there, and we have sort of plans to work towards, but there's not a lot come through on that one yet, but we are getting there.
Thank you, Gabe. So you'll be coming back at the next meeting and say what progress you've made. And now we have Naomi Quiney to talk about housing and condoms. Oh, okay, yeah, just condoms first. It's written in really big letters on the PowerPoint because that's how the motion was written. That wasn't me getting very excited.
In last year, a motion was passed about condoms, believe it or not. We're currently in discussions with a firm company. Gosh, I've been off. We're currently in discussions with a company called Freedoms, and the company is giving us a 62-page document to read. And when we read